What's going on, guys? Welcome back to hashtag GSM4GM Season 4, Episode 12 in WWE 2K25 MyGM Mode. I'm Graham GSM Matthews. Hope you guys are doing well. We are on the road to Hell in a Cell. We are crowning new contenders for each championship. We do know in a couple of weeks, not at Hell in a Cell, but before the pay-per-view, Naomi will be challenging Becky Lynch by virtue of her victory at the most recent pay-per-view. She will be challenging Becky at the upcoming SmackDown, not next week, but in 2 weeks, for the WWE Women's Championship. Becky Lynch will battle a familiar foe in an Extreme Rules match tonight, that being Tegan Nox, where if Tegan Nox wins, she will earn entry into the WWE Women's Championship Clash in a couple of weeks here on SmackDown. Also tonight, in Gainesville, Georgia, the hometown of AJ Styles, he will battle the United States champion Gunther, who he has been aligned with as of late. He'll be the fan favorite despite being a heel here in Georgia tonight. It won't be a similar situation where if he wins, he'll also earn entry into the Ilya Dragunov-Gunther match for the U.S. Championship. It's going to be a bit different. But maybe if AJ wins, he can earn a future opportunity at the United States Championship after losing to Ilya Dragunov in the number one contenders match last week here on SmackDown. Javon Evans will go one-on-one with Jimmy Uso after dropping a loss to Roman Reigns last week. Javon Evans did. Also in tonight's SmackDown, Liv Morgan calls out Charlotte Flair before their rematch. Coming up on SmackDown in 2 weeks here in some sort of a stipulation match, a woman she has never beaten one-on-one. Chelsea Green will address the audience after making her debut last week and losing to Charlotte Flair, her first promo here on SmackDown. Roman Reigns calls out Jey Uso for a Hell in a Cell match at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. But that's only if Jey Uso does not qualify for the WWE Championship match in a couple of weeks here on SmackDown or at the pay-per-view. I haven't decided yet. Very likely at the pay-per-view itself. But it will be Jey Uso getting involved with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. It was supposed to be Rollins and Balor. Jey Uso getting inserted for no real reason, actually. He hasn't won any matches since being back. He just went after Roman Reigns last week, was inserted into this matchup, and we might have a fresh challenger, a fresh face challenging for the WWE Championship coming up soon here on SmackDown, if not at Hell in a Cell. So I'm really looking forward to the show. We will be watching that triple threat. I think all this other sort of stuff is fine. We can use it as it kind of comes. Contract negotiation we can use later on. Can we use To the Moon now? I guess we can. Let's see. Who would we even use that on? Ilya Dragunov, Javon Evans, Chelsea. Ilya, I may not even be able to use it on soon. Tyler Bate, I'm not sure is going to be sticking around. Chelsea, that can really boost up her popularity. I won't use it on Ilya yet, but I might if he loses, because he might already be at 60 points, and 60 points popularity, that is. So I won't use that yet. And then the chill out stuff, we got that by, winning the SummerSlam brand supremacy matches or whatever. But select an opposing brand next week. A random superstar in their roster will have their ring level reduced to 0. So, honestly, I'll probably use that right before the pay-per-view just to fuck them over, but we won't do it this week. So I think we're good to go. We're up to $233,000. So honestly, I might end up buying the concert hall. We won't do it this week. I know I put off things quite a bit here on the show, but I might end up doing it next week. But we'll see, depending on how much money we make from this week's show. All right. I think we're good. We are going to be watching the main event that has the highest stakes of the winner challenging for the WWE Championship next. So we'll get right into it. Confirm booking. Here tonight on SmackDown. All right, AJ Styles and Gunther. This would have been an amazing match to watch, but Ilya Dragunov kind of had to get involved or sit at ringside or whatever, so it's fine. 1, 2, 3. Gunther knocks off AJ Styles in his hometown. AJ cannot pull off the victory, meaning Gunther will not have any upcoming challengers. He's already beaten Dragunov in non-title action before, but never with the championship on the line. So that's going to be an awesome fucking match. And I'm actually kind of glad that Gunther won in non-title action, so we don't have to worry about AJ getting a shot down the road. And maybe AJ can move back on to the WWE Championship conversation. Excellent promo from Liv. Javon Evans taking on Jimmy Uso. We'll simulate this match. Jimmy Uso, he's been racking up a lot of wins on SmackDown, man. It's kind of crazy. He dropped one to Rollins about a month or two ago, right before Clash of the Castle. But otherwise, he wins all the fucking time. A promo from Chelsea gets 0 popularity points. That's kind of crazy. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense either, because Chelsea's a great promo, but nonetheless. Becky and Tegan, the rematch from SummerSlam. Becky is now beaten. I think they're actually 2-2. I think they're 2-2. I think this is the 5th match, the rubber match, because Tegan beat her twice a few years ago. And I think on SmackDown and at SummerSlam. And then Becky beat her at WrestleMania one year a few years ago. And then she also beat her to retain the championship at the most recent show at SummerSlam. So this is the big rubber match between the two. And the deciding match in their series. 1, 2, 3. Becky Lynch wins. She is the superior superstar. She goes over. It will indeed be Becky and Naomi one-on-one on SmackDown. That will not be happening at the pay-per-view, but rather on SmackDown in a few weeks for the WWE Women's title. Roman calls out Jey. Excellent promo. Perfect. Now it's time to watch the main event. Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and Jey Uso in a triple threat #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. CM Punk sitting idly by after knocking off Roman Reigns to retain the championship several weeks back. He also beat AJ Styles at Clash of the Castle. So CM Punk riding high as the WWE Champion right now. We have not seen Punk on SmackDown in a few weeks. He was, unable to appear on, I think, either the pay-per-view or the go-home show before SummerSlam due to something that Raw did to fuck us over. All right, skip all the entrances here. Alright, skip the entrances. And here we go. Alright. Yeah, so Punk hasn't appeared or wrestled on SmackDown in a while, actually. He was at SummerSlam with Finn Balor calling out Punk, as Punk and Balor have history from last year, 2006. They had a whole series of matches where CM Punk's story was that he couldn't win on pay-per-view. After losing the WWE Championship to Roman Reigns, I think 2 years ago, that would have been at Backlash 2005, I believe that was in. He has been unable to win when it matters most. Obviously, he can now. He's the WWE Champion. He won at WrestleMania in a triple threat with that man right there, Seth Rollins and John Cena, who we've not seen on SmackDown since. Yeah, Punk has a lot of history with both Rollins and Finn Balor. It was supposed to be maybe Punk and Rollins one-on-one at some point for that championship, but Punk beat Rollins for that belt back at WrestleMania in a triple threat match. And Rollins has not gotten a one-on-one rematch since. He was busy with Roman Reigns, who he lost to twice.
Stretching and tearing at all the ligaments in the leg.
Finn Balor has history with Punk as well that I already mentioned. Exchanging wins on pay-per-view and on SmackDown. I think Punk beat him on SmackDown by countout, and then they had on pay-per-view. And then Balor avenged the loss on SmackDown in a street fight soon after. So he feels like he is owed a shot at that championship, especially coming off the string of wins he has racked up here on SmackDown since WrestleMania, really. Jey Uso, just being back in the fold, wants a shot at that championship, having never held gold before here on SmackDown. He had a brief stint a few years back, feuding with Roman Reigns, and even beating Roman Reigns at one point before losing to him in the last man standing match. I believe it was WrestleMania 2005, if I'm not mistaken. And Finn Balor up on Balor's shoulder and just gets chopped down with the chop block. Rollins with the repeated elbows. Ooh, dropkick right to Jey Uso. Jimmy Uso also part of the SmackDown brand. He is obviously firmly in cahoots with Roman Reigns and the rest of the Bloodline, a group that formerly featured Solo Sikoa before he broke off. And we haven't seen Solo on SmackDown since either. Balor, nice roaring elbow there, or whatever you want to call it. Diving elbow onto Rollins, and off the top rope, boom! Springboard drop kick to Seth Rollins as these two exchange blows in the ring. Rollins with the sling blade, move that Balor's obviously familiar with. Jey Uso getting out of whatever Rollins was going for, kick to the stomach.
There was some power behind that punch.
Oh, Finn Balor catches Jey with the reverse DDT.
for the cover.
And he pins him while Rollins is out on the ropes.
And he kicks out at 2.
Could have become #1 contender right there.
Look at this. This can't be good. Fighting free there, and that can be all the space that is needed.
And the only reason Jey Uso's involved is because we had some sort of demand, I think, from Jey or Rollins or whatever it was, that he wanted to have a triple threat with these guys. I forgot whatever it was on last week's show that caused me to turn this into a triple threat. Rollins and Balor were always going to involve themselves, and it's a #1 contenders match for the WWE title. Kick to the stomach. Oh, beautiful Rollins. Bam! Beautiful reverse DDT onto Finn Balor.
Back into the ring now.
Oh, Jey Uso, the strike there on Rollins. Rollins may not trust Jey to not immediately align himself with Roman Reigns, although Jey has been a documented rival of Roman Reigns in the past. Oh, and the kendo stick to Finn Balor. Oh, and the super kick from Jey to Seth. Balor now throwing Jey into the corner. Nice body slam. He makes the cover. 1. And just a kick out from 1. Kick out at 1 from Jey Uso.
Climbing to the top. What's he have in store?
He's up at the top. Beautiful. Finn Balor with the double axe handle on a Jey Uso.
You can't go wrong with the kendo stick.
Oh my God. Oh shit. Jey with the DDT. Oh, and another super kick from Jey onto Seth Rollins. Can he capitalize with another one? Now he pins Seth while Balor's out, taunting on the outside, and Rollins kicks out at 1 before Balor can even break it up himself. Back elbow there from Jey Uso, who lays out Balor, and a spear to Seth Rollins. Jey Uso just stealing this win. This could be it. 2. Oh, and a kick out at 2 from Rollins. Jey Uso this close. Oh, Balor going to kendo stick and Jey. He was oh so close to becoming #1 contender. He has been on fire in this match. Nice neckbreaker combination from Jey Uso.
He's making his way to ringside now.
What's he thinking here? Looking for another weapon he can use on these two men as he is firmly in control of this contest. Oh, Jey Uso knocking Rollins off the apron with a steel chair and then whacking Balor across the face with it. And another spear from Jey to Balor. He goes for the cover, but Rollins is right there to break it up. Oh, nice combination. A little kick to the face, perhaps. No, kick to the chest. Laying out Jey Uso. Rollins with the kendo stick throws it at Balor. Looked like he was going to throw it to Jey Uso. And he retaliates with the curb stomp onto Finn Balor. 1, 2, what? Oh, Balor kicks out at 2. Rollins would have had that. He's not had the best of luck with triple threats here on SmackDown. Oh, camera's up in the fucking nosebleeds now. It's up in the rafters. Biggest Jay's out in the corner over there. Rollins with the moonwalk over on the Jey Uso. He's got to be frustrated. He lost this championship in a triple threat back at WrestleMania. Rollins taking out his frustration on Jey on the outside with a pedigree. But he can only win this match in the ring. He knocks off Balor.
Rollins holding all the cards as he has Finn down and out. He's in a bad way, but still
Rollins retaliates. He's got to capitalize here while he has a chance. Oh, boom! An elbow to the back of the head of Finn Balor. Jey Uso throws Uso into the corner, or Uso throws Rollins into the corner. He's got Rollins face first right into the turnbuckle post. With the kendo stick, just breaking it over Rollins' midsection. And again, the knee. Jey Uso going to the top turnbuckle. He connects with the Uso splash. Will he cover while Balor is out? Balor's not getting involved. Jey Uso wins. Finn Balor willingly allowed Jey Uso to win that match. simply to prove a point perhaps to Seth Rollins. I don't know what that was about, but Finn Balor just allowed Jey Uso to win and become the new #1 contender to the WWE Championship. Wow, that was a shocking outcome for someone who wasn't even supposed to be involved in the match. What a win from Jey Uso. And it's official, it will indeed be at Hell in the Cell. Jey Uso and CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And we don't give a fuck about Raw. Our ratings were not great, but we did have a pretty good second mid-card match, 4 stars, for Becky and Tegan. A lot of history between those two. We also made $40,000, so it might be time to buy that next arena. So we now have enough money to pay for it. I mean, we do have to pay for our contracts and whatnot. Lincoln, Nebraska. Yeah, we have some contracts to pay. Punk says, boss, I have some bad news. While I was out, I had a small incident. Are you fucking kidding me? He needs to sit out for another 2 weeks. Wow, CM Punk just will not show up to work. This is nuts. The doctor says I'll need to sit out for another 2 weeks. Sorry for the inconvenience. Punk has not been on SmackDown in weeks, bro. Weeks! I mean, I think we can get away with not having him on because next week is week 3. I think he should be back for the pay-per-view. Because if we violate, we could say no worries. We could fire our champion right now, by the way. Or I'm afraid it would say he violates the terms of the contract and your employment at SmackDown is hereby terminated. We would get a refund of $205,000. Let's let him rest up. He's the WWE champion. I'm not losing CM Punk, but this does fucking suck. He was out for 2 weeks. This is crazy. Rest up and get better. Moderate increase to his morale. I would fucking hope CM Punk's happy. He hasn't done shit. Bates says, hey, Regal, my time with SmackDown comes to an end this week. I hope I've done a good job for you, but it's time to move on. This will be my final week here. Not even a option to renew Tyler Bate even. He's just gone. Interesting. He doesn't even want to stay. I mean, I don't blame him. He's been a jobber since joining SmackDown. I don't think he's won a single match. Looking at my notes here, he has lost 3 straight matches to Finn Balor. He lost to AJ Styles. He lost to Jimmy Uso. We kind of got our use out of him, to be honest. I mean, I'm looking at my notes here, and all the times that we had him, he was a fucking bum, so I'm not really surprised. Finn Balor says, thanks for the match against Jay and Freakin'. That's fucking stupid. Just call him Rollins. I kind of knew they'd have to team up and cheat to deny me my victory, but the crowd could see who the best fighter was. Rollins says, I'm going to be honest, William, I've been feeling a little underappreciated around here lately, and I've been one of the top stars at SmackDown for a while now. I get no recognition for going out there day after day, putting on the best matches around. I may not be at SmackDown forever, but I wish I could be. I've given so much to this brand. What do you think of the job I've done so far? I want to respect Rollins. I want to keep Rollins. I feel like there's more stories to tell with him, so I'm not going to disrespect him and deny him a raise. We have the money for it, so I do applaud what he's bringing to SmackDown. So he's just been losing a lot. He lost to Roman Reigns twice. He lost to AJ Styles on the SmackDown After Mania. He lost this week. Honestly, instead of turning Punk heel, I might end up turning Rollins heel. My end game was to turn Punk heel, but it might end up having to be Rollins. We'll see. We'll give him $50,000 then. All right, major increase to his morale. Cool. Promise Gunther a role switch promo. I mean, why would I turn him babyface? I mean, I know I said I would consider it, but I think we're going to have to go back on it, to be honest. Do not put Gunther in a match this week. I mean, I don't think I will, but I don't know. We'll see what the week brings. I already wrote out what promos I wanted to do this week on my notes. Let's see. So we're going to have Ilya. Where's Ilya? Knowing that this is Bates last week, that kind of helps me book, we could do something with him. I can't believe Punk's gone for another 2 weeks, bro. That's fucking crazy. All right. Ilya is going to call out Gunther. We will do that. Let's see. Charlotte called out Liv Morgan. Gunther. I mean, I had Gunther calling out Ilya. We don't necessarily have to do that, actually. I did want to do a tag match tonight. That's probably why I was going to have Gunther call out Ilya, because we might be short on slots. But let's have Becky and Naomi, Tegan and Chelsea. Oh. Wait. Alright, there we go. Tegan's been a rival recently of both women. So I like her teaming up with Chelsea. I like that a lot. I like that match. Why can we not book the match? Oh, we're booking a run-in. We're not booking a run-in. Alright, so then what else do I have planned? Let's see. Jimmy Uso's already... Who is Tyler Bate not beaten or not lost to? We haven't done... I don't think we've done Gunther and Bate yet. So maybe we can do these promos with Gunther and, we can do that next week. That's a fresh match. I mean, it's Bate's last week, so if he wins, we could say that he killed Bate afterward, and that's why he's off SmackDown. Run interference in this one from Ilya Dragunov. I want to use Bate in a match that we haven't done yet here on SmackDown, so I like that. And at least that would make sense, because if we haven't beat like fucking Javon Evans, then, I mean, that would just be weird if Bate's leaving. So we'll do that. Who else is free tonight? Roman. We can have, I mean, Punk's not around right now. I want to have Jay call out Punk, but we can save that for next week. Tonight he can have a match. I kind of like him facing Javon Evans, perhaps, with Roman Reigns getting involved. I kind of like that, and then they can band up against the Usos at some point. So let's do that. We'll put the women in the main event. We'll do, let's see, where's Jay? Jay and Javon Evans. We'll do interference from Jimmy, actually, on Jay. AJ's free this week. Rollins is free. Let's have Rollins call out Balor, because maybe they can have a match next week, a singles match, actually. I like that. What else can we do? Let's see. We have Rollins and Balor one-on-one. We can have them face off next week in the go-home show, not at the pay-per-view. We have one match open. It will not be Liv Morgan in action. She's getting called out anyway. So we have Roman free, AJ free, Balor. We have a lot of heels. Maybe we could do Balor and Jey this week. I kind of like that. Jimmy still gets involved, and we have Rollins call out Balor. So we'll do that. We'll have Balor be in action. And then that frees up Javon. Roman and Javon already had a match a couple of weeks ago. I don't really want to run that back. He already beat Javon, but we can do AJ and Javon. AJ's kind of directionless at the moment. What do we need anyway? Do we need a fucking... What kind of promos do we need? Book 10 tag matches. We're not doing that shit. Charity promo, advertisement promo. Alright, we could do more of those. Advertising. Roman Reigns. Alright. Roman's kind of in limbo right now, because we'll see what happens with Jay and Punk, and that. Well, I was going to do Roman and Jay at Hell in the Cell, but we might have to wait until late. We're going to obviously have to wait, because we're going to do Punk and Jay at Hell in the Cell, and we're going to do Ilya and Gunther. I think that's official, and then we'll do Naomi and Becky next week on SmackDown. Liv and Charlotte next week on SmackDown. Seth and Finn next week on SmackDown. We got a pretty loaded show next week, actually. Might hire someone. That's a possibility. Might as well buy the concert hall while we can. You know, we have the money for it now. I mean, I might end up regretting that because we do need the money to re-sign certain people. But whatever. When it comes time for that in a couple of weeks. But we have contract extensions and stuff that we could use on certain people like Chelsea. It depends. I mean, I may not even re-sign Chelsea. Chelsea hasn't really done much so far. So, I don't know. She was cheap to hire anyway. But, yeah, so that's our show for next week. Gunther will be taking on the departing Tyler Bate. This is his final week here at SmackDown. Interference from Ilya Dragunov. Seth Rollins calls out Finn Balor, saying, hey, man, I mean, you could have stopped him. I mean, it was more important to Finn to kind of, for Rollins to lose than it was for him to win. And he's realizing that now. He wants to bring back the old Seth Rollins, the evil Seth Rollins. And Rollins said, hey, pal, fuck you. I'll take you on in a match next week. Charlotte will grant Liv Morgan the option of choosing whatever stipulation she wants for next week's blow-off match between the two. Roman Reigns will address the audience. AJ Styles and Javon Evans go one-on-one. Jimmy Uso will take on Finn Balor. I think AJ beat Javon too. Let me just check. Pretty sure AJ beat Javon. He did, back in week 7. So it was several weeks ago, but they're going to have a rematch here tonight. Anyway, Jey Uso takes on Finn Balor after last week's ending. What happened last week? Where Jey Uso became #1 contender. Jimmy Uso will get involved. We'll have, we'll do Jey and Jimmy after Hell in the Cell. We'll definitely do Jey and Roman at some point as well. I was thinking it would be Jey and Javon Evans teaming up against Jimmy and Roman, the Bloodline. But honestly, we could still do that match, but it might end up at some point being Jey and CM Punk versus the Bloodline. So we'll see. And then in the main event of next week's show that we will be watching, Becky Lynch and Naomi will teaming up before they take on each other next week for the WWE Women's Championship. They will team up to take on Tegan Nox and Chelsea Green in tag team action. So I look forward to that as well. That is this week's show. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. As always, be sure to like the video, subscribe. All that support is greatly appreciated. Have an awesome one, folks. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.